They say that vegans don't get enough protein, so I made a breakfast sandwich entirely made of tofu. Tofu bacon, tofu egg, tofu cream cheese, and tofu bagel. I'm using half the silken tofu, and I'm mixing it with some flour. And what I did was I just basically added some water to the mix. There's already a lot of moisture with the tofu. And created kind of this shaggy dough that I salted a little bit. And then just kind of mixed it until I got kind of a bagel-like consistency dough. I feel like the hardest part was actually shaping it into the bagel form. I used a lot of flour to get that bagel form. And then all bagels are boiled. So what I did was I boiled agave in water, and then I threw the bagel dough in the water. Now, normally the bagel floats to the top. Well, this bagel did not float to the top. It stayed down because it had all that tofu protein inside it. I went ahead and I gave it some everything but the bagel seasoning. And here I am, but there is a bagel there. And I basically made it all adhere. It was already right out of the boiling water. And then I threw it in the air fryer and I cooked it for about 10 minutes. It was definitely way more dense than what a normal bagel would get to. Using the other half of the silken tofu to make vegan cream cheese. Okay, what I did was I added some coconut oil and some nutritional yeast. I also used some apple cider vinegar, not pictured, and some salt blended. The coconut oil was refined coconut oil, so it doesn't taste like coconut. And I got a pretty creamy consistency. You can really dial in a cream cheese flavor using apple cider vinegar and salt. Okay, another type of tofu we're using is firm tofu. And basically I'm cutting thin strips. Then they go into a bacon-flavored marinade. It's basically soy sauce, smoked paprika, maple syrup, liquid smoke, just kind of that bacony flavor. And then they go to the pan. You can also air fry this. You can put it in the oven. I like to keep this on a low heat, and I use some oil so it has, basically a little bit of fat. And you basically have your vegan bacon here. It cooks pretty quickly. More firm tofu. This time we're making vegan egg with this firm tofu, okay? So basically forking it into small crumbles and then adding chickpea flour and also some unsweetened plant milk. Make sure it's not vanilla flavored. Also seasoned with turmeric, and then I'm hitting it with some black salt, kind of finishing it in the pan. I also used some garlic and some black pepper. Okay, now it all comes together. Okay, so I added some chives to the vegan cream cheese, and it goes down on the bagel. The bagel is very dense. Okay, and then the egg patty, which is also made of the firm tofu. And then also putting down the vegan bacon. There we go. Here it comes. We've got the 3 slices of vegan bacon. You could probably put some vegetables on that too, like a tomato or something. But there you have it. An all tofu bagel. And then I take a bite, and I definitely look like I'm enjoying myself. Anyway, thanks for watching. Till the next time.